Hello, friends. We've cleaned up our act. We're ready to go. I've got my police officer on for a little bit. I'm probably going to get annoyed at it and get rid of it, but hey, we'll enjoy it for the minute. So, since we last left off, we have met a bunch of people sitting on a tent on some frozen part of the river, listening to hardcore vibes. We died after we called our old girlfriend, I'm assuming, Dora. And then I tried to do something here, and I have no idea what the heck I was up to. So let's head on out. You love Loic? Perfect. How you doing, Morgan? Oh yeah, I need to buy a hat. This guy...
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
You know, these sneakers might be super good too. Hello, Waboom. Hey, do I even need composure? I definitely do need a hat though, and there's no way in heck I'm wearing the rice patty hat.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing.
Does he not have hats? Is this a hat-free environment?
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guarantee.
Oh, heck yeah.
Sporty and practical, officer. Good choice.
Oh, it is time. This is 6 real well spent. Yeah. I think Kuno's already got a PhD in trash talk. Oh yeah, I need to buy something to play this tape, right? You're not wrong, Morgan. I feel like pretty much everything you put on should decrease authority, though. Wait, I thought I had the saddest song in the universe or something here somewhere. Oh, there it is.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal-reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad.
Okay, so we've got a meeting to get our gun at 2200 hours. Now, the pawn shop had a player of some variety, right? But I was just broke at the time. Now I'm basically rich.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
I figured I'd mix it up, Ramir, you know? Really get into the theme. I want to buy that boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Perfect. Oh yeah, the filthy jacket is covered in like seagull crap. Right, I got all this stuff. Okay. Hell yeah. Amazing.
The portal-reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Let's do it.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press my ear against the speaker. Let's keep the portal-reel at the harmless distance.
Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Sessongs, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one
I should listen to it, Morgan? Is that what you're telling me?
This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times.
I really like it when you get somebody in chat who has all this background stuff. It's kind of like when you put the director's cut on and they tell you all the cool stuff that's going on. So I appreciate it, Morgan.
And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
What?
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. Immediately, the boombox tunes itself back to the Friday night beats, vibrating on your shoulder.
Thanks, Nakoko. Actually, we've got all kinds of cool stuff.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Perfect. How do I disable this thing anyway? There we go. It's just me now. Alright, that might actually be useful, right? Interesting. That's actually a big deal. That's kind of cool, Morgan. I did a flyover of my neighborhood in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was kind of fun to talk about stuff. I've done a couple in real life streams and discussed what's going on. I was going nuts. Is this actually me that's making all the noise? Heck yeah. Alright, let's keep it on. Wait, how come I don't have any music anymore?
The portal reel is just what you need.
No, just
The
play
portal,
it.
you press the large button marked, then the telling you within set a click, then silent. Of course you and the B-side of the Gart immediately.
Where'd the music go? This is the saddest day. This always reminds me of Mars Attacks. All right. Let's go talk to the alcoholics in the fishing village. Also, I think we can ask what's her name out on a date. Yeah, let's give this a shot. We've got the sex appeal of the visor now too.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
This is gonna fail. I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh?
Okay, maybe not.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Let's do it. This is gonna be funny. We're gonna get rejected so hard.
You think she
Oh!
really needs more of that after a man died at sea?
But what do I do then?
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober?
What you're suggesting is highly experimental, possibly dangerous.
Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I'm a drunk. Don't know if you've noticed. So I usually ask people to drink with me.
I have, and I don't really.
This time, though, I thought I'd ask you for a walk.
Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator.
I am. That's why you should definitely agree.
Where would this walk take us, officer?
There's a nice view on the beach I found. Land's End.
All right. I will walk with you. But you need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking.
Just a good old-fashioned walk. I like it.
Me too. It's been ages since I just had a normal conversation with one of you guys. All right, I'll go put the kids to bed and we'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes.
Sure.
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
Oh boy. Should we smoke a cigarette to get smarter and carry on? Oh yeah.
Was that acceptance? It feels so normal, nourishing even.
Heck yeah. Let's bomb this. All right, we gotta be there in 15 minutes. We're gonna be there in like 3. Got our chair bag. Wait, where the heck is this place? It's next to... You can imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. It's over here, right? Like this is it? Wait, how am I gonna waste 15 minutes? Oh, man, we're doing so good for ourselves. We're cleaning up our act. Oh, there she is.
The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again, tousled, wild. She brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Aye, so here you are. It's late and it's raining. Water is cold. Ice cold. Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
She turns to face the sea once more. You seem surprised that I made it.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments.
It's a rock star thing. Tardiness.
Aye, you're the starest of them all.
She says with mock seriousness, then bursts out laughing as she turns to face the setting sun, reflected in the waves.
Her laughter is throaty and warm. It rhymes with the waves and the cries of the gulls.
Here it comes.
She says as she turns back to the sea. The weather begins to clear under her steady gaze.
So fast as to make it seem like the weather turns at her command.
Wait, did you just do that?
Me? No. Just grew up on the sea. Know which way the wind's blowing and all. Knew the weather'd clear up once we got here. Otherwise, it would have been a less pleasant stroll, eh?
You know, a past incarnation of myself called himself Tequila Sunset. I wonder why that is.
It's a common Revacholian expression. Means drinking yourself to death. So, are you going to keep the name?
This is a new model of me. It will need a new name.
Can't wait to hear it.
She smirks and turns toward the sunlit sea.
The remains of the dying sun are reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air. River Esperance flowing into the bay.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. I like it.
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie.
My name is super boring.
The sun does little for the dead, and those hopelessly lost in their own minds.
Is that why you named your boat the Sun?
Oh, that was a bit of pride and a bit of superstition.
Let's just enjoy the view.
There's salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls and the skuas, grit of the sand and the green glint of broken bottles. But still your gaze always returns to the dazzling streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their fading opulence.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be?
Well, something's got to be on our side.
I guess we wouldn't really be here if that thing wasn't on our team.
You would be incinerated or worse.
Oh my god. We're gonna try to play this straight rather than botching it just for Mr. Harry Dubois here. There's an interesting lilt in your voice.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi Sunt.
Ubi
Not a lot of
soft.
sun there, I hear, though I've never been.
The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the setting sun.
Don't you want to go visit La Delta?
It's enough that my fish goes there. 50 real a piece they ask for spring cod.
Out on the terrace of La Fruit de Fond, a hip business lunch spot in downtown La Delta, glasses clink over a spread of oysters. Someone can't decide what to eat. Someone recommends a ceviche. Someone shields her eyes, trying to see across the bay.
Hi there, mate. Kim is out delivering a dead body back to the precinct. So we're taking the opportunity to get things done. You have fish hooks in your ears.
These aren't real fish hooks, silly. They're earrings shaped to look like fish hooks. A drunk called Rosemary brought them to me. I kept them.
She's right. They're made mostly of plastic. A cheap novelty gift you can buy from a flower shop or a kiosk. The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the setting sun.
So, who do you think killed the hanged man?
Good one. I'm gonna go with the rope.
I have no idea, mate. I think you just gotta follow the clues and see where things are going. This is my first time through. Yeah, Kim is processing the body. All right, let's do it. Let's bungle it.
Say what? Something interesting? Impossible.
Please, this is important.
She turns her head, and the plastic fish hooks rattle in her ears. Nothing shear-worthy takes place in your head.
Something was very pretty. I'm sorry I don't have anything to add.
Thank you. Out there on the other planet, the sea, you start seeing things in a strange light. I'm glad I got to share it. You know, the wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have to go, but...
Yeah, I don't think it's completable if you let the body go to processing because you haven't taken the boots off. She takes her sword out of the scabbard. The blade shines in the gathering dark.
Have this. The sun's good, but It doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore.
Are you sure you don't need the sword?
No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me.
Think we can do this again sometime?
Doubt it. But thank you for the company.
Boom!
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me.
Farewell.
She nods to you and turns to go. Ah, no unprotected hand holding for me. No romance. Damn it. But I did get the sword. That's pretty cool. Quit this to impress yourself. Hell yeah. You ever wonder why people tell you not to run with scissors? And they never warn you about running with swords? It's because if you think about it, scissors are really two swords in one, so it's doubly dangerous. You're right, Morgan. We should look on the bright side. I feel like this music always plays when Harry feels better about himself. Why is the door open? Oh, it's not. It's just dark. Okay. Let's not go up there yet. Let's go wander over and give this jacket to the drunk guy. I don't really want to touch poop if I can avoid it. My favorite thing about this game so far?
Tequila sunset.
The fact that failing is not failing. I actually think that the balance between the successes and the failures in terms of the direction it takes the story is very interesting. The writing is also very good. Like the characterization and all the problems. There's a lot of complexity to be had there. I'm typically not a big fan of these kinds of games, like all the time. But every now and then, I think it's good to dip away from the action-packed, dopamine fests and consider a different viewpoint every now and then. I found your jacket.
Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man.
There you go.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
What do you expect? You left it outside for a week?
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards. Either
how's it
bring
going,
it back
Pedro?
the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
He hands it to you.
Underneath the accumulated filth, the jacket itself appears to be stain resistant. Maybe it just needs a good scrubbing.
I got you some more booze. Can you tell me the next story now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
He holds out his palm.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
The phenomenon.
Are you telling the story of the headless?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary.
I'm trying to clean up. You're right, though. He definitely lost something in that transition. We also got rid of his weird shield smile.
Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal.
The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you'd walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times.
I really like Shivers. I think it's super cool.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides.
He looks up to the skies as if searching for peace himself.
What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
The giant of Coconur?
What? No, I told you this is a Martinez legend. It's a man with no head on his shoulders, wearing a fawn tracksuit, searching for the legendary fawn cap that went missing when he lost his head.
Wait, I thought the headless fallen rider rode a bull.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most
Scarlet.
peculiar of which has the headless fawn rider riding on the back of another headless man.
That's super spooky.
Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at a horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones.
He takes a sip from his bottle.
Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless fawn rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
To be fair, if some headless rider came up to me on a horse wearing an Adidas tracksuit, like some sort of weird Gopnik, I would be terrified too. Morgan says hi, Twitch chat denizens.
Tell him about the two feminists by the locks.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff. Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula DuPont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season.
Yeah, how's your new job going?
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency.
The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless fawn rider looming on the horizon. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered.
He looks you straight in the eye. What happened to Ula DuPont?
Word on the street is that she, you know.
He makes a finger pistol with his right hand and lifts it up to his chin.
Gave herself facial deconstruction surgery. Real grisly stuff. Anyway, that's the story of the headless fawn rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
That's nothing. I've got an even crazier story.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
What about the Koldo Mamakdakwa? It's a magical, self-replicating sound.
I have to admit, that's pretty high concept. Still not as awesome as a headless rider in a fawn tracksuit, though.
Who was the headless rider before he died?
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost-found cap, plotting revenge.
So if I bought the found pants and the found jacket and then a found cap, could I get some sort of like MMO set bonus to become the headless rider?
O headless brother, where art thou?
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
I've got a hunch that it was the undercover cop. I'd want revenge too.
That would explain the tracksuit and his need for revenge. Not sure how the horse fits in, though. I don't know, I don't buy it.
He shrugs.
Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
I've already seen some weird stuff on this case. A headless jockey in a tracksuit fits right in.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
Or lubricated. Okay, whatever became of the headless fallen rider?
No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand.
Aye, I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
Have you got any more urban myths?
I actually do have one. The strangest of them all. But I'll need to fortify myself before I can tell that one. Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some story juice.
I don't have any on me right now.
If you find any, I'd be extremely grateful.
Seeing you. Alright, we'll see how that one goes. Can I just clean the jacket here? Am I just gonna lose more and more morale until I die again? Alright.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did the jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Don't think about it.
Good choice. The less you think about the jacket, the better.
On second thought, let's think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew, ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
So if I wipe it on my pants, am I gonna like waste my pants entirely?
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Why did I fondle the jacket again?
There is no why.
Let's just put it away then. Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna require some effort.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, bullet?
The squashed
push
bullet
the wrong button.
has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Eat it. It's my friend. I'm gonna start talking to it. It will keep me company.
But bullets don't talk.
Yeah, what are you? Crazy? Bullets can't talk. They don't have emotions. A bullet can't keep you company.
Let's find the gun that shot it.
That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it and the person that gun belongs to. He used it to kill your victim. Neato.
Inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Let's look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. What's interesting about the bullet thus far?
Wow, I actually know this.
Yes, it's as if you've seen bullets before, officer.
It's a jacketed bullet, close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet, which would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzle loader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Interesting.
Very interesting. You have an unusual military-grade bullet in your hand. Now all you need is to find a gun that could fire it.
Let's give it a shot.
A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Belmargrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order. Back at the station, the lieutenant is standing at a counter, diligently filling out paperwork to hand over to a tired records clerk. You should share your findings with him as soon as possible.
The bullet has nothing more to say. Okay, that's pretty cool. I wonder if stacking more hand-eye coordination might be worthwhile from a gear perspective. Do I really need composure? Guess it's kind of good. Alright, let's head back to the fish market and we'll do some advanced scouting. Although I think I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm going the right way. This is fine. No, I'm... Where the heck am I? Wow, I'm in a different building. What is this? Bars cover these long, dusty windows.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical.
Thank you,
R&D.
Anitsu. If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. Gotta pick yourself right up.
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow is just a whisper away. Hello,
The
babe.
wind whispers and whispers.
How's the chaos of life? Oh, why am I quick saving? We don't usually do this. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. Fence blocks the path. No way on from here. Oh, $5? Heck yeah. Yeah, I am making bank. Yeah, let's go and finish up that market area first. Do I have anything else that I need to be at a certain place for? So I don't really have a ton of stuff.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on. That is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it. Keep it in now. Don't overreact.
Isn't it
Breathe.
just the rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
Oh no.
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
It's a dead corpse, isn't it?
Yes. A sense of dread washes over you as you look ahead.
Let's take some drugs. Careful there. These floorboards look rotten and weak. Is this dude dead?
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
Why is this stopping me now? I literally licked rum off of a table. Alright, let's look at the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
Let's examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Is this just super bad luck? Like he stepped in that gap and broke his neck?
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
And search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol, 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
This could have been you, Harry. Let's examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Your right elbow feels weird? Well, it goes with my left, I guess.
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Let's examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Is this the wife's husband? Let's examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Let's look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What should I do with the body?
First, you need to talk with the lieutenant. Then report back to the station. This is too complicated to handle on your own.
I guess I should have waited until Kim came back before I started digging around. This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Alright, so we'll deal with the body as well. We got some things to look at, right?
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Let's look at the backside first.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55 211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800. You should first decide what to do with the corpse before taking any further actions. Talk to Kim about it.
I think that may be a bit of a reach, Morgan, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was something there. Let's look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what really made him break, right? Because when they talk about his badge,
Police badge on which you see the photo of a man.
He talks about how he looks in the picture and he was already experiencing pain at that time, and that picture was supposedly like 8 or 10 years old. So I don't know if it was at the, well, I don't know, but it seems like he was already carrying some issues before he came out to do this case. So what was the trigger for it all? We still got 1 more hour to burn, so I think I'm gonna keep wandering around. We already went up there. But he was like a super cop. We know that. These are the cryptozoologists, I imagine. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Tiny cages, carefully constructed.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
This is the same voice actor as the corpse. It's a lore the thought cabinet gives you. Interesting. Oh, thanks for the follow, Irish. I'll be back in a minute. Hope to see you on the other side. I'm gonna have to delete a bead from the internet itself.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
The crypto-fascist?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That you were the man under the pig, Abid? Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
The water lock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long. I just have to do one more round. See if the Phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Tell me about this Phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a Phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
What sorts of specialized techniques is the Phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this Phasmid.
How big is this Phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of Phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
He leaves the conclusion up to you.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian Phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
He shakes his head.
Would be glory itself.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
But if no one can prove it exists, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says brusquely enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian Phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think the Phasmid is here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian Phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian Phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis?
Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Females reproducing without males? A travesty. A crime against passion and common sense.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Can geckos reproduce like that? Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes.
How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait? Locusts, we know this.
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south, where Lena would be.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Reed crabs.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
He's very nasaler for sure. Really? She's sighted the phasmid?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
He coughs, then continues.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Hell yeah.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough. Into his fist this time. Okay, I understand. I don't give up on things either.
Good. A good quality to have. Both for a police officer and an experimental zoologist.
I could go for some trap setting.
What if I check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am its scion.
Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
I don't remember who told me. I think it was maybe Morgan. But the first version of this game did not have a voiceover for a lot of the things. What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me, thick.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask.
Finally, you're being sensible. I'll start packing right now.
I 360 roundhouse kicked somebody, Abid, and I punched a 12-year-old kid in the face. So there's violence sometimes. Have I spoken to Gary? Not yet, no. How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real? I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
Honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Hipster and Itsu.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
Life surprises are mostly miserable.
Agreed. Yet there is always a chance, albeit a small one, of a truly good surprise. One simply needs to look at the history of science. Serendipities abound.
And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid. Although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
This is another reason why I don't buy most games day one. Like if you wait a little bit until the game gets down to like the $10 or $20 mark, it usually comes along with the best version of it too. So you're living your childhood dream out here.
It's not child's
Hi, Sunshine.
Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Is it Taco Tuesday? What kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
So you have never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
Variety, my god.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugo-Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Then the Insulindian phasmid will be the 3rd.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
The hair on your arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing.
Is Dushan 2 supposed to be this universe's Timbuktu? Thanks for explaining that. Now, about something else.
Yes?
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
You need to ask him
What?
about specific cryptids.
Cool.
Cryptids you've heard about from Lena or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one.
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Whew. What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
He says it in a self-explanatory, everyday manner.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
Wait, so I may have seen these willow people without knowing it?
You probably have.
How did you almost catch a willow person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow?
I know it sounds like we were snacking on funny mushrooms, but I did see motion and colour. Mine is not a confirmed sighting of a cryptid, however. Much goes into verifying these things, and my account comes short of a few standards.
Elena's sighting of the phasmid, is that?
Confirmed. It's 100% verified, and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the Gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
Living? No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the Dread Moose.
This is bringing back Canadian PTSD. The Dread Moose?
Yes. The Dread Moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Hold on. Does it also attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
Moose are enormous. Okay. What does the Dread Moose look like?
Just like an ordinary ardent moose.
Then how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
I am 100% behind the Dread Moose. I utterly believe it exists.
You're right to. The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. We also have sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries.
The Dread Moose has attacked my eyeball.
In fact, we may be close to capturing a live specimen. Modern genetic methods may prove crucial in differentiating the Dread variant from the herbivorous one. Anyway.
He gestures for you to continue. I know the biggest cryptid, the Giant of Kokunur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Koko Nor. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years.
Yeah, so during the winter, the deer will eat like pine needles and stuff, and they taste like ass as a consequence. So hunting them in the winter is not a great time. But most animals, if they needed to, they will eat whatever, right? Like I've watched horses eat mice. It's not part of their regular diet, but they'll do it.
I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
I know about Cryobacter catlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
He coughs in his fist.
A bit of jealousy there. He'd want that glory, truth be told, even if he'd have to inject himself with bacteria to get it.
Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nong-Ok.
The Nong-Ok?
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nong-Ok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal, who knows. When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Ok hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Enough tales then. Let's change the subject. Actually, no. Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
He brushes an errant strand of hair from his eye.
By all means.
Coughs and wipes his mouth. Alright, I'll get going. Hey, Gary.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Yeah, I'm more of a city boy too.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Sadly, I think I might be a drunk or a degenerate. Maybe even both.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Actually, no. Let's go with the other one. Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
He pauses.
You're not going to find me, are you?
Nah, Gary. I just want information.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Gary, did you know, or did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but
You wouldn't. It's the armor. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
there's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Let's move on. For now.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small way.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes.
He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I'd say.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
So, Gary, you live nearby. In an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
And you're a big man from Hemdall fan?
How?
I saw the poster in your apartment. You know, I'm a Hemdall man fan too.
But why were you in my apartment, officer?
Just doing Mr. Clare a small favor.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
The man looks around, whispering. He makes sure no one hears you talk.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Our discussion on this topic is over, Gary.
Of course, of course. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just
They're
ask.
strong arming this guy. Well, the sunset is coming. It's giving me this pink hue.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Gary, are you cross-dressing by any chance?
Why would I do that, officer?
To feel closer to the fair sex. Ain't no shame in it, man.
But, officer, I'm not wearing any women's clothes.
Well, I guess I could put a point on composure to try it again. Composure's not the worst. All right. Oh, wait. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium gives you slack. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
I knew it wasn't the alcohol. What are the other things?
Yeah, the other things. Long live the other things. Made you strong as an ox, they have.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to maggot sideways?
Maggot sideways? What are you talking about? You need to maggot up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
That was an interesting little side adventure. Alright, I'm cool with that. I like that one too. Oh, we haven't actually finished that. Anti-object thing is fine. Fuel compressor is fine. Hobo cop is useful. I think white morning can go away. I think some kind of superstar can go away too. All of the visual calculus piece is pretty good. This thing has been uninteresting as well. I think I'll get rid of it. Let's go ahead and get the magnesium thing just for fun. No shakes? This is actually awful. Okay.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons. barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles.
Yeah.
Stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
He unbuttons the shirt.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Give me that armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Didn't even have to pay for it.
But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
It's gun time and we're late. But maybe we can equip this. -1 empathy. Nice. All right. Let's go to the fish thing. My pain threshold's pretty high.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Let's finish the thought. Okay. Isn't this the fish market? Or is it actually closer to where the village is? Hello, Hydron. No, this is the guys listening to music or whatever. Where the heck? No, I don't care about this person. Where is the fish market? This is the village. Maybe the fish market's farther down or something. It's these nerds. We'll explore this crap later, once I have a chance to find this chick. The boards crack dangerously as you run. Be careful here. I am very confused. Have a good night, Abid. Hope tomorrow's better for you. Where is the fish market? Where could it be? Walk past the fishing village until you find the boardwalk, which is this, yeah? Am I too late? Am I like 8 minutes? Is that it? It was over? Ah, this person.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands! Right now!
Jeez.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
No, this is a moment of discovery, Morgan. This is the perfect music.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
Easy, ma'am. Take it easy.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress! I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. I just want to talk.
Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing. This is dangerous. You're 70% certain you always leave your gun loaded.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag. Hug the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
This is so weird.
Magnesium, Dramamine, maybe even speed. My God, she has speed on her. What else?
Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
You're not the police. I am the police. I am the law.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant. I guess I should do the Canadian version, sorry. Lieutenant W. Frator Harriet Dubois, 41st Precinct.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
What's the situation?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
I really am a cop. Look, my badge.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector Azimuth.
She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
Nope, not right now, I guess.
Confined quarters. Assailant coming at me. Split-second decision. Fire at will.
Oh, I see. Okay, the gun was empty. All is good. You're fine.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
Grab the gun. Right now. This might be your only chance.
Huh. I think I'm just gonna give the gun to Kim. Maybe. Let's grab it.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
All right. What am I gonna do with you?
The catatonic woman, especially now that she's unarmed, doesn't seem to be a threat to anyone but herself.
At ease, Patrol Officer Pigs. Your heart is in the right place.
The catatonic woman doesn't understand, probably even hear your kind words. She just is. It's a shame. Recognition from an actual police officer would probably mean a lot to her. Too bad she'll never know.
Titus wants to be the sheriff. I'll tell him where to find you. Maybe knows your family.
Please leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
I probably tried to shoot myself in it too. It's fine.
She stands
just another day.
Just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them. Do.
Let's pick up the... Oh, shake your shoulder.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Let's pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Let's leave her be. We're slowly becoming a police officer again. Although, honestly, I'm going to keep the perception thing on, I think. I might need the authority for something, though. I'm like talking to those jerks in the, in the bar, in the Rolling in Rags. Okay, we have carte blanche to explore a little bit. It's getting pretty late though, but I want to go sing karaoke as well. Let's go check out the traps quick, and then we'll make our way back to the Rolling in Rags and try to convince Gart to let us sing, I think. I have 2 armor pieces. And I let the boots go to processing, so that's not happening.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Let's look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Wait a second. I thought I was supposed to have no shakes. All right. Let's reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. I don't know why the game's shifting the view around. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of the shaded bench, covered in rust. Little graffito.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Even more bullet holes. Something has definitely happened here.
The density and spread of these bullet holes is surprising. This takes a lot of bullets. Fully automatic rifle fire. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to 2 options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Let's look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
Who were they?
Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world.
Let's look at the line of soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, But from which one?
Let's look at the person standing on the side.
The commandant. The one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Who is who in this execution? I need to understand.
I'm just a representation of your mental faculties, piecing together any available information. You should probably ask the lieutenant. A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Damn it, Kim! The sign says, Entrée interdite. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. Oh, tear, hell yeah. Alright, let's go check out this door. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Okay, so we got, what, 3 more traps? One near North End or Land's End. Another in the fishing village. And then the original one, I guess. Where is Titus anyway? Oh, okay. What does it read? A 3-shot revolving barrel, Villiers LaSalle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun. No doubt about it. Sunrise War? Something like that. Oh. No. Okay. I guess we could also call that number on the library card, but it's kind of the middle of the night. See if there's an option though.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter, coarse life is garbage.
Okay. No option. Life is annoying, but I wouldn't describe it as garbage for sure. It's 10:30 at night. Wait, what the heck just happened? Okay. Where is this trap? Où est la trappe? Ah, there it is. Aha.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Let's reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside. Man, it's lonely doing this alone. The wind seems to howl in a strange manner.
I miss you, Kim! You're my only friend in this bleak world. Why'd you have to leave me out here on my own? I literally died. Twice. Once because I was using a gross jacket, and the other time because I had a bad time with my girlfriend. Also, why did my morale just heal? I don't get it. Is this chick still having a good time?
The shaggy-haired girl.
So
Yeah,
you
whatever.
talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
Meh. Why did I... Is there some hockey? What? That I'm accidentally hitting? Am I just doing drugs automatically because it's fun? Relax. It's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Rivishall. Hopefully. Okay, so we can come back here later. Actually, I want to talk to this chick.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official.
This place is kind of growing on me, you know?
Aye, but don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Now, what's on your mind, officer?
Seeing you. What a downer. Should I go say bye to my car one last time? Oh, I'm not even allowed to. Wait, what's going on over here? Free money? Don't mind if I do.
This trap's not too hard to spot once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Let's look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Let's reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Ah, we gotta go all the way back. Total butts. Cross-country law enforcement. And then I want to talk to the market dude selling stuff, although he's probably not going to be out at this time of day.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Let's look around.
The reeds hiss and shake in the darkness that has settled over the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Let's reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Let's look closer.
No locusts.
Look closer still.
Nothing. No traces of the locusts or the Insulindian phasmid. What happened? The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. The reeds continue to hiss around you as you put the empty trap back on the ground. Time to consult the professionals, Morel and Lena.
Alright, let's head back. We'll stay the night in the fishing village. Kim will hopefully be back. We have a lot of things to tell him. We got our badge back, and our gun, and most probably our hat. Actually, I could have fast traveled back, I guess. Yeah, I did so much when I was independent. Don't need him hand holding me. Horrified. What have you done with your face? There is no sense of mystery anymore. Ah, balls. What is this? There is something down there.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
You know what, let's talk to everybody else first before we do this. It's gonna be awful. It's just about time, yeah?
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
What happened?
I looked up, and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I'd never seen anything like it. The reeds turned into a creature.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The old woman looks at her husband tenderly. Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena,
She lowers her voice, imitating a boy.
you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
That's all for now, ma'am. What did she give me? Oh, cool. Screw you, necktie. Piece of junk. Nice.
Ha ha! Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
The man mutters in the distance. He doesn't dare say more. So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And
one of them was empty.
completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide.
Surprise,
Having a stroke.
tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet. Maybe you're joking?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow?
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, this phasmid.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Société? Is it supposed to like societe?
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
I may have met a kid that's the locust stealing type.
Kids? What would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Okay, go on. Is this Gary? Who is this?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
See you, nerd. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
You see a heavy...
Yeah, okay. Let's go talk to Titus. Kind of want to look at the thing again.
You find yourself looking at that big old...
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
If you want to be the local law enforcement, these kind of things fall on your shoulders.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, sure.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Couron or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig.
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, she didn't have anything of mine.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
Titus chugs his beer down and wipes his mouth.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
This is gonna backfire, isn't it?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
He says, pouring himself another drink. Marianne LaPlante.
Be anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was. Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
More like who wouldn't? Cool uniforms, fast machines, packing heat. Sign me up.
You are already signed up, Cerdo. This guy is seriously damaged.
Nah, don't worry about it, Al. The cops want to dress up and play policeman. Let them. We'll keep doing the real work.
Where'd she get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
I'm going to take off now. All right. It's the moment you've been waiting for after I talk to the lawyer.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Maybe not. All right, let's talk to Garrett.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Garrett, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
It's part of my quest of self-discovery. Help me.
The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used.
Okay, yes. It's for some clients.
I'm a real client. I've paid my bills, and I have the right to use the karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
It's all right. I have my own song with me.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you.
Yes!
Karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
All right. This feels right. You belong here. Do I have some gear that'll make this less painful? What have we got? I guess it might be drama or something. This is gonna be horrendous. Let's just roll with it.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
It is drama. Alright. What else have I got? That's literally all I've got. Oh. Oh, I do have a mesh shirt. I need to learn how to scroll, I guess. This outfit is actually awful. Amazing. Do I have any other shoes? I don't. Maybe we'll need the... Oh, I do. Yeah. Where does this put us? 5 drama? I think that's about as good as it's gonna get for now. Nice. This sword might deter people from complaining. You know, that's not the worst suggestion I've ever heard. You know what? Let's do some smoking too. You know. Jeez, I look like some sort of crack whore. I guess I can't smoke inside. Suppose that makes sense. Oh my god. Why can't I smoke anyway? Oh. No? What the heck? I have to put on my right hand? Interact? Why? Why will you not smoke, man? Yeah. This is like the one time I actually want to use some sort of narcotic and he's just not having it. Smoking is bad for you, it's true. No, this just shows what you have equipped. There's supposed to be like a bubble thing. Ugh. I don't get it. I don't know. Is it because I'm wearing these gloves? No, it's just not a thing. Can I do drugs? I can do drugs, but I can't smoke? I guess I've given up smoking. What have I become? Hello, Marine? Game sucks. Alright. Hitbox of the button is weird, you think? No, you don't even need to hit the button though. Like what's supposed to happen is you equip the thing. Like I literally smoked earlier. And then you're supposed to get one of those thought bubble things here. It's not it doesn't require this. I don't get it. Whatever, we're just gonna have to accept the fact that I'm not gonna be able to use the buff. You should be able to hit the button too? This is awful. What happens if I do drugs? I get +2 psych? Yeah. Ugh. Click when the box becomes gray. Oh, I see. Oh. Oh! And it's who's the winner. The top secret strategies. What a professional. Thank you. It was critical. Yeah, the secret hitbox. Yeah, you needed to click on the lower portion of the border. All right, I think we're as ready as we're gonna be. Yeah, let's do it.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets.
This outfit is amazing.
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Let's look around the room first.
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse, you're sweating. They are going to hate you.
Let's put my lips against the microphone and test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Oh my god. That was actually bad. I kind of want to save Scum. Alright, it's gonna be fun either way. 50-50 basically. Let's flip the coin of drama.
The air is thick with anticipation.
Oh my god.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there,
It's so loud.
the smallest church in Sansan. Though it once was larger,
larger.
How the real may rest there, down through the mist there,
This is Harry's voice.
towards the Seven Sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now
This is a train wreck.
you're all alone.
Oh.
None of this matters.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint-Saint, though it once was larger. How the rill may rest there, down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you are all alone. None of this matters at all.
Do you hear that? It's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry, made of pity. No one liked you.
All of here, singing my heart out, it's not good enough?
You hear, or think you hear, uncomfortable shifting around. A bit of laughter, maybe. No one's saying anything.
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay?
You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sang about real stuff.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
You press the stop on the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of feedback, and then the mic dies in your hand.
That's it. You're unpowered.
Amazing.
Magnesium-based life form.
Jeez.
We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age of the primitive carbon man is done. No longer must mankind rely on slow-working background radiation to take us further into our genetic destiny. This is the era of guided evolution, and magnesium is the key. You are the first of your species. The next step in human evolution. An advanced magnesium proto-man who mags it up, drinks it down, and sniffs it sideways.
I'm disappointed that I put that much effort into it, only to fail in the end. Oh my god. Could have been a moment.
Wow. Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience.
Oh my god.
Because for the rest of us, that really sucked.
You don't understand my performance? Those high notes? I purposely shredded them to convey a strained, worn-out sadness.
I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now, what did you want?
Goodbye.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you here?
Well, this robe I'm wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
Thanks. It's like carrying a piece of you with me at all times.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
My
Bye-bye,
god.
gendarme.
Okay. Well, you know, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. What does volition even do? Keep your morale up. Okay. Man, I have a lot of morale. Holy balls. I did kind of like this thing. May as well keep that. An empire. Visual calculus. Minus drama. Let's put this thing on again. Don't really need all the drama. Patrol cloak. Coat. Seems good enough to me. I like shivers better than visual calculus. It's as good as it's gonna be. All the tradespeople are gone. It's all about the money.
The door is
Wait, Kim's not here.
The lieutenant's no response. What are you doing?
Let's knock again.
Still, where is he? Isn't it party o'clock? Doesn't he want to go for a little drive? Anything to not face the hanged disco man yet.
Knock again.
You hear the sound of a drawer closing, followed by the shuffling of feet.
Yes. What is it? What time is it?
Oh, he's actually here still? Do you want to go for a midnight drive to clear our heads?
To clear our heads from what? Sleep?
Sleep is what he needs most right now.
Good night, Harry.
I thought he was out still. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. Oh, it's locked. Alright, let's go back to the Fisher Shacks. I can't fast travel in here, I guess. Oh my god. Whatever. You know what? I'm hungry. That was beautiful. That achievement was to harass Kim after hours. Oh, that was good. Anyway, hope you enjoy the ride. I'm actually very disappointed I didn't succeed that, but you know, you just gotta roll with the consequences. Just like in real life. Alright, take care of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you again.